Hey everyone, thank you so much for tuning back in to another DOY Creations video. My name is Jeanette, aka Sarayah, and I always like to get started by giving glory, honor, and praise to the Most High Yah. All right, you guys, what you're seeing here are my mash stitch ruffle wavy hat. Now this one right here is in cotton. This one right here is in acrylic. So when making this hat, you can make it in acrylic and or you can make it in cotton. Let me go ahead and share with you guys the items you're going to need to make this hat. All right, guys, the items you're going to need is I'm using some Yarn Bee Sugar and Wheel cotton yarn, but you can use whatever cotton blend that you have available. But make sure it's 100% cotton, but you can also use acrylic yarn as well. But for this tutorial, I'm going to be using 100% cotton from Yarn Bee, the letter H crochet hook, or the number 5.00 milligram or millimeter, and also a 5.5 or the letter I crochet hook. So you're going to need both a 5 and a 5.5 crochet hook. Grab you a pair of scissors. And the last thing is a tapestry needle to sew in our loose strands. If you got all your products together, let's go ahead and get started. Started with a slip knot. And the way that I make my slip knot is I wrap my yarn. Make sure you got a nice long piece of thread hanging this way. Wrap the yarn around 2 fingers, just like you see I'm doing here. You're going to go between the 2 fingers, and that long strand that you have, grab it and pull. When you pull it, you now have a ring. Now what you do is you can take that long string to pull it to close up the ring, just like you see I did there. All right, so let's get started with chaining 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Once you have your 6 chain, go into the first chain, and we're going to do a slip stitch to join. Go ahead and slip stitch to join. There's our ring. Grab that long strand. Hold it against your work. Let's chain up 3. 1, 2, and 3. Now I'm holding on to my long strand, and I'm going to crochet over the long strand. We're going to put 11 double crochets into the ring. So that's 1. To make a double crochet is to wrap your yarn around your hook, insert the hook, bring the yarn back through, pull through 2, pull through 2. Go ahead and do a total of 11 double crochets into the ring. All right, I put 11 double crochets in here. The chain 3 is counted as a double crochet, so altogether we have 12 double crochets. You can pull your string to tighten it. Now we're going to go on top of the chain 3 and do a slip stitch to join. If you crocheted over the strand, you'll be able to tighten your work. If you're not able to tighten your ring like I just did there, it's because you're not crocheting on top of the strand. Someone asked me that question. That is why I'm going into details here. Chain up 3, 1, 2, and 3, and go right back into that same space and put another double crochet in there. So in this round, we're going to put 2 double crochets into every stitch around, and we should have a total of 24 double crochets. So double crochet in the next stitch, go right back into that same stitch and put a double crochet. In each stitch around, go ahead and put 2 double crochets, and I'll meet you back at the beginning. Okay, so I made it all the way around. Make sure you have a total of 24 double crochet. Go on top of the chain 3 space, and we're going to do a slip stitch to join. We always going to go on top of the chain 3, and we're going to always slip stitch to join. All right, so now we're going to chain up 3, 1, 2, and 3. And then in the next stitch, we're going to put 2 double crochets into that same stitch. This is what we call increase. All right, these are our increase rows. So now the next stitch is going to be 1 double crochet. And the second stitch, we're going to put 2 double crochets in the same stitch. I want you to repeat that all the way around, where you're putting 1 double crochet in the next stitch, and then in the second stitch you are putting 2 double crochets into the same stitch. Alternate that all the way around, and I'll meet you back at the beginning. All right, you guys, I made it all the way back around. You should always end with 2 double crochets in the same stitch because we start off with just 1. Go ahead and go on top of the chain 3 space and do a slip stitch to join. Chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. And into the next stitch, I want you to put 1 double crochet inside that stitch. And in the next stitch, I want you to put 2 double crochets inside the same stitch. And we're going to alternate this one all the way around, where we're going to put 1 double crochet in the next 2 stitches. That's 1 double crochet, go into the next space. That's another double crochet. And in the third space, we're going to put, or stitch, we're going to put 2 double crochets into the same stitch. Repeat that all the way around. 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, 2 double crochets in the same stitch, and I'll meet you back at the beginning. All right, you guys, so I made it back around, so I'm going to do a slip stitch to join. Let's do a slip stitch to join. Sometimes when you're doing it on cameras can be a little tricky. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then in the next 2 stitches, I want you to put 1 double crochet into the next stitch, 1 double crochet into the third stitch, and then in the 4th stitch, which is that's 1, 2, 3, and then in the 4th stitch, we're going to put 2 double crochets into the same stitch. And then we're going to repeat that all the way around. We're going to do 1 double crochet into the next 3 stitches. That's 1, that's 2, and that's 3. And then on the next stitch, the 4th stitch, we're going to put 2 double crochets into the same stitch. Now go ahead and repeat that all the way around, and I'll meet you back. Oh, let me go back a little bit. That came unraveled. Okay, and I'll meet you back around at the beginning. Okay, I've made it all the way back around, so I'm just going to go on top of my chain 3 space. Make sure I'm on 3. Top of my chain 3 space, and we're going to do our slip stitch to join. And this is going to be our last round of increase, so chain up 3. And then in the next 3 spaces, I want you to put 1 double crochet into each stitch. That's 2 and 3. And then in the 5th stitch, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4. And then in the 5th stitch, I want you to put 2 double crochets into the same stitch. And we're going to repeat this all the way around, where we're going to put 1 double crochet into the next 4 stitches. That's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then in the 5th stitch, we're going to put 2 double crochets into the same stitch. Repeat that all the way around, and I'll meet you back at the beginning. All right, you guys, so I made it all the way around. So that was the last row of our increase. So go ahead and slip stitch to join on top of our chain 3 space, as we done on the previous rows. So the circumference of our head is complete. If you need this to be smaller or bigger, make sure you do more increase, or if you need it to be a little bit smaller, don't do as many increase as I have done. All right, so with that being said, go ahead and chain 3, 1, 2, 3. We're going to skip the next stitch and put a double crochet into the next stitch. Chain 1, skip the next stitch and put a double crochet into the next stitch. And we're going to repeat this all the way around, where we're just going to chain 1, skip 1, and a double crochet into the next stitch. Chain 1, skip a stitch, double crochet into the next. Repeat that all the way around, and I'll meet you back at the beginning. All right, you guys, so I made it all the way back around. Now I'm just going to do a slip stitch to join on top of the chain 3. So I did that, skip 1, and now I'm back at my chain 3 spot. Slip stitch to join, and we're going to repeat this every time you get to this point here. When you get back around, go ahead and chain up 3, 1, 2, 3, and then you're going to do a double crochet directly on top of the bottom double crochet, chain 1, go directly on top of the bottom double crochet, chain 1, and repeat that all the way around. Now I want you to go as many rows as you need to go down your head. So this is the top, and this is us working on the head part of it. I'll let you know in a second, and also show you what I mean. And I'll let you know how many rows I went down. So continue to go round and round, and just in a second, I'll show you what I mean. All right, guys, so I am back. And so I'm going to do a slip stitch to join, and I'll tell you how many rows I went down in a second here. All right, so I went a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 rows down. So our hat should be looking like this. You can go more rows down or less rows, totally up to you. Let me just count this again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Yes, a total of 9 rows. I'm going to stop there. And if you go ahead and do your 9 rows, let's go on to the next part, where we're going to chain up 3. All right, chain up 3, 1, 2, and 3, and into the next space. This is my next space. I'm going to put a double crochet into that space, just like this. And then on top of my double crochet, I'm going to put a double crochet. And then in my space where I have that chain 1 at, I'm going to go into that space and do a double crochet. And on top of my next double crochet, I'm just going to put a double crochet. Now I just want you to repeat that all the way around into the chain 1 space. Go ahead and put a double crochet. And then on top of the double crochet, put a double crochet. Repeat that all the way around, and I'll meet you back at the beginning. Okay, so I am back. So let's go ahead and do a slip stitch to join on top of the chain 3 space, just like this. Okay, let's pull that through. And now we're going to put down our letter H crochet hook, and let's pick up our letter I, or 5.5, chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. Go directly back into that same stitch, and I want you to put 2 more double crochets into the same stitch. So that's 1 and 2. So it's going to be a total of 3 double crochets all in the same stitch. All right. So in each stitch around, we're going to put 3 double crochets, 1, 2, and 3, all in the same stitch all the way around. All right, let's pull that through. So go into my next stitch. That's 1 double crochet. Go back into there again. That's 2 double crochets. Go back in there one more time. And that's 3 double crochets. I want you to put 3 double crochets in each stitch all the way around, and I'll meet you back at the beginning. All right, you guys, so I'm coming up on our last round or last row. Go ahead and slip stitch to join. And our last round or last row, chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. Into the next stitch, put 3 double crochets into that space, 1, or into that stitch, 2, and 3, all in the same stitch. And then the next stitch is just going to be 1 double crochet. The second stitch is 3 double crochets, all in the same stitch. And we're going to repeat this all the way around, where we're going to do, again, 1 double crochet in the next stitch, and then we put 3 double crochets into the next stitch. That's 1, 2, and 3. Repeat that all the way around, and I'll meet you back at the beginning. All right, you guys, so I made it all the way back around, so I'm just going to do my slip stitch to join, and guess what? We are done. Let's grab our scissors and cut a nice piece off. And now we're just going to fasten off. And now we can sew in. This is where our tapestry needle comes in. Take your tapestry needle, and I want you to sew in your loose strand, and don't forget that center one. And like I said, if you crocheted over that loose piece, you could be able to hold down just like you see my thumb is, and you can have this as tight as you need it. Go ahead and sew in your loose pieces, and let's see how it looks on the mannequin. All right, guys, so this is the finishing product. Guys, I love this so much. I hope you guys enjoyed this quick and easy tutorial. Let me know in the comments, how did you like the tutorial? And also let me know, which one do you like better? Do you like the acrylic yarn or the cotton? Regardless if you use 100% acrylic yarn or even if you use cotton yarn, you can't go wrong with this hat and this style right here. All right, you guys, I enjoyed bringing this tutorial to you. Please don't forget to tag me into your posts. Let me know in the comments if you're going to be making you one. I appreciate you guys' love and support. You can definitely share me out if you don't mind. And yeah, all that good stuff. All right, you guys, until our next video, please read your Bible. Let's get a relationship with our Heavenly Father. Love you guys, and I'll see you in our next video. Thanks for watching.